What do you think about when I ask you what a video game is, you know? What do you think about? Do you think about Fortnite? Do you think about what do you think about? Do you think about Valorant? Do you think about all these very popular now games? What you're going to find in all of my content is going to be about old stuff. And they might not suit your fancy, but I beg of you to just sit and, listen to what I have to say. It's gonna be long, but like I'm gonna be jumping around and I'm just gonna be yapping. But I mean, I hope, you have me in your ear, you're doing something, go out, like go outside, In fact, maybe even play a game. Well, listen to me and also the game. Please listen to the game. I respect game developers with all my heart and everything, but please go out, go do something. Go get a snack, go do something. So I hate the fact that you ask someone, do you play video games? People immediately think about like, oh, this person's a degenerate. This person is like sitting down and like doing nothing else with their life. They're just playing something that's completely meaningless. You know what I mean? Like they're playing Fortnite, or they're playing some weird AAA game that has never suited my fancy. I never enjoyed any of those games. I tried to get into it. I've had friends who have tried to get me into it, but being completely honest with you, I hate modern gaming. I really do. And I hate to use the word gaming too. I hate to use the word gamer. We are all people, and video games are a form of art. I have very strong opinions about specific video games, and the reason why is because, I see video games as like a mirror of said person or people who have made it, who put so much love, so much life into something that can only be experienced as a experience, And I know that sounds dumb, but it's like, it's a whole new world, It's a whole new world that you have to enjoy. So sitting back and going back onto that thing of Fortnite and all these other, AAA games that have now come out, like Call of Duty, like you go to a quote unquote gaming convention, all there is just talks about Valorant or whatever. Hey, hop on my lobby or something. The term lobby was never a term that I like to use. I don't like that. I don't like big live service multiplayer games. I hate live service things. I despise that. I love arcades though. I love that miniature experience of like getting to, I think arcades are beautiful because like you can sit there and see like something like the gameplay loop and the game explained to you in such a fast way so that this person can understand it, and like this person can enjoy whatever it is at the fullest in such a short amount of time. And I think that's amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. It's life-changing because of the amount of arcade games that I've played that I've remembered very big in my head. I think it's awesome. But anyways, yeah, what do you think when I ask you about Animal Crossing? Yeah, what do you think about Animal Crossing? Like, what comes to your mind when I ask you, think about an Animal Crossing game? Think about Animal Crossing as a series of a whole. What do you think of? Do you think of 2020? Do you think about the lockdown? Do you think about New Horizons? What do you think about? Because I can tell you what I think about. I think about the old games. I think about my childhood and my experiences with city folk. Not so much Wild World, I know a lot of people love Wild World, and trust me, I do too, but I like City Folk better, and I'll get into that when I get into that. But I love the original. I love the GameCube original. In fact, I have paid a large sum of money for that because I wanted it physically. I want to keep these old fossils, to say that I have it, to experience it myself. And as kind of dumb as this is gonna sound, I think that other people, like having other people in the room when you play a game, it can make or break the experience. Because, like, you can have someone there who understands the vibe, understands what you're playing, understands the story of this video game that you're playing that is not a waste of time. It is escapism. It is a world. It is a story. It is an art form. It's like a movie, but you are the main character. You are experiencing this new world. And sometimes you could have friends there, and it's like they make fun of it or whatever, right? And I hate video game stereotypes too. I hate video game stereotypes, like how boys need to play, very shooty games, and girls, and even if they do play video games, they go into very cozy games. That's a very big word. I know that cozy is a big word to use. It's like Animal Crossing is seen as a cozy game, and like boys wouldn't be interested in it, but I mean, as a trans girl, I think that this game is beautiful. I love Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is one of the games that I go to when I want to. That's endless. It is endless. But I always find it really hard to find which Animal Crossing that I want to go back to. You know what I mean? Like, I could choose between, the original, I could choose between City Folk, I could choose between New Leaf, Wild World, and usually I go between New Leaf or I go to City Folk. But yeah, I have not touched New Horizons in such a long time. Don't get me wrong, I love New Horizons, but when I played it, and then there was something about, I love Nintendo, but there was something about them giving it updates. Like, when it released, I remember it had nothing. The game had absolutely freaking nothing. Like, it had the bare bones of what an Animal Crossing game should be. And that leads me into gaming as a whole, modern gaming now. It's like all these game developers nowadays are getting pushed so terribly much to say, I want the graphics to look beautiful. I want this to look great. I want that to be this. I want this to be that. And it's like, whatever happened to making just a good game? Whatever happened to sitting down and making a experience? You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened to that magic, that beauty that is the video game, Like, the first Animal Crossing was made because the creator was secluded from everybody. And what he did was he decided to, call up his team and say, hey, let's make a game where I can just escape my world and talk to all these cute little animals, all these cute animals that are, mean, nice, things that you can find in a real person. Okay? And by the way, I do have my thoughts on New Leaf about this, because I know, in my opinion at least, the Animal Crossing characters in, like, the characters in New Leaf are very, like, they're bland. They're bland, and they get worse. They get even worse in New Horizons, and I think they get worse because Nintendo just wants to be nice. Nintendo doesn't want what the original had, which was mean. You know, I thought in the first game you'd walk up to a villager and the villager would be like, "Hey, I freaking hate your nose." And it's like, "Whoa. What?" You know, like you start to feel like that charm, you know? I love dialogue in games. I absolutely love it because it gives it like that little tiny personality of whatever the heck you're viewing, because it's like it's so much better than just having someone or something silent. It makes it feel like the world is lived in, you know what I mean? Like, you will never talk to someone and someone will not talk back to you, you know? Like, everybody has feelings. And in these new games, when they're getting, like, niceified, I think, it ruins the magic of what that original was, you know? Like, this original creator wanted it to be, like, a social experience without, you know, chat GPT or anything, because that stuff didn't exist in the year 2001, you know? Or like whatever. It's absolutely beautiful, and the fact that, you know, the original came out on the N64, and then like later on it went into, you know, the GameCube. It's insanely impressive that they got it to work somehow on the freaking N64. But you needed like an extra like memory block thingy-mabobber, you know? I don't know, but like, I where I'm going with this is like, I think they had so much dedication to make that first game that they made it on the N64, and it's like, that is amazing. That is amazing to think about for me. Sorry, I just drank my water. So yeah, the first Animal Crossing, you know, it's not perfect, but it has so much charm. That game is all about charm. That game, like, when you play this game, when you play it, you get transported to a time when everything was so much more simpler. When a game was just a game, you know? Like, you pick up a game now, you're expecting all of these things. You're expecting, like, you know, aim assist, blah, 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 this, that, you know, like, oh, is this a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter? You know, Animal Crossing back then was just Animal Crossing, you know? Like, there was nothing else like it. There was no such of a thing as a cozy game. There was no such of a thing as a girl game or a boy game. It was just a game. In fact, like, you look at the commercials that they had at the time for it, and it was like Nintendo didn't know what they were doing. They were like having real people in costumes, you know, and like, it's they didn't know how to promote their own game. It was so wacky and interesting, you know? And I find that to be absolutely amazing, because if you get to a point where it's like you don't know how to even like put a genre on what your game is or what your craft is, you just invented something, you know? You have just invented some sort of new genre, honestly. I absolutely love the first game. The first game, like, obviously since it's older, I'm more keen to it because it's like it has that taste of, it's beautiful. It is so full of charm because it's like the low poly models and everything, that gives me honestly such a cozy feeling when I play it. And some people, I feel like, don't. I'm sorry, but like I feel like some people don't get it. Because I'll talk to someone and they'll be like, "Yeah, this game looks so extremely realistic," and it's like it's so good, and it's like, what does that have to do with it? Like it doesn't make the game good that it looks realistic, and it doesn't make the game good if it's like it looks terrible too. It has these low poly models. That doesn't make it look good, but to me, that's what I grew up on. I grew up on the DS, I grew up on the Wii, and I love these old low poly models. Like, I love random crazy, like, third party junk that you have never heard about on the Wii, like the Jeep video game, Jeep Thrills. I absolutely love that game. I think it's great. I find, I think every game deserves a little bit of love, even these new games. But it's like, for me, it's a little harder to love these new games because it's like, anyways, we're getting off track. I definitely think that art direction was trying to find out its new roots in it. Like, it was the art direction obviously was it was much more Japanese at the time, because it was obviously a Japanese originated thing. It's just so wacky, and when you play it, you definitely can see that, like, the animals in Animal Crossing is the main part of this game. That escapism is that main part of the game, like living, paying your rent, like it's a whole new life that you have, and all these people. Like, I love the little charms that they have. I love the fact that, you can literally go in the morning and you can see them doing like little stretches. I love that part of the game. I love how, and by the way, like, everything's in real time. This whole game is in real time. So, like, if you turn on the game, like, in the morning, like at 5 a.m., in your house, like, in your house, you pull up your GameCube, and it's 5 a.m., and you turn on the system, and it's gonna be 5 a.m. in the game. And that that's insane. It goes into, like, it's a whole other world, you know. And it's insane that they actually found out a way to have that internal clock in a game so long ago that, made a generation of quote unquote cozy games, like, you ask me, I think Stardew Valley kind of like tried to copy Animal Crossing in some ways, but I do think that game is good. I really love that game, and like, I I love all these games. I love them all, but yeah. It's surprising because I think that Tom Nook, like, he was Tom Nook. This character, by the way, is Tom Nook is a what is, yeah, he's an animal from Japan, but like, apparently he's a variant of like a raccoon. So I always see him as a raccoon. He's kind of like the game's villain, but he's kind of not. I think the fandom kind of like points him out as a villain because, like, you have to pay your rent to him or whatever. Like, I think, I don't know. The game is beautiful. I think, you talk to Tom Nook in that original game, and he really had that villain undertone. Like, he'll be saying stuff under his breath, and I think that's really funny because it's like they're going into the personality of him, and they're going into the personality of all these characters. Like, you had to do so many extra steps if you wanted to do something as simple as, like, donating a fossil or something. Finding out a fossil, I think. Yeah, finding out a fossil. It was so much. You had to, like, I'm pretty sure, throw it to, like, an outside museum that's outside the town, faraway museum, and then, like, it gets shipped to you back the next day, and it's, like, all this crazy junk. I don't know, I don't remember if the tent people, I don't know what else to call them, tent villagers were in the original, but, I mean, if they were, I think I would remember them. Sorry if they were, but I bet you if they were, they were great. I mean, like, they had personality. I think there's my only problem with the original Animal Crossing is, yeah, there's not much to do. There's really not much to do in this game, but I think that is a little bit a part of the it's part of the charm, I think, because it's like, because you have such little to do, that little bit that you actually end up doing is like, it's so good. It's so well. Like, you get that rush of a dopamine when you end up doing it. You know, like, doing whatever, even if it's like, you know, kicking down a tree or whatever. You know, it's like, you get a little bit of a rush of whatever the heck you're doing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, anyways, I love the beginning part. I thought the beginning is so cute. It's adorable. I think that the beginning of the game is absolutely so adorable. It's so much of itself, and it's so introducing into that personality where you have Rover, your very first friend, your very first cat, walk in, and it does a character creation scene on this train that you're on, going to your town, and the game is like creating your town as you're talking to this cartoon cat, and it's so beautiful. It's so cute. It's like, you'd have to just play the game to experience it. And if you do play it, you know, you need to sit down. You need, like, if I were to recommend Animal Crossing to someone of today, you know, I think nobody, honestly, today would really understand how amazing the game is because of, you know, a dopamine rushes. Like, everybody goes on TikTok now. Everybody goes on, you know, Instagram Reels and all this other junk. It's like their brain rot. The brain is rotting so terribly that everybody's attention spans are going so far down, and like the communication skills are going so far down. Yeah, I that's a whole other can of worms, but it's like, you know, it's you need to sit there, you need to play this game, you need to turn off all your distractions, you need to be in a room. Whenever you play any game that I talk about, you need to be in a room where it's completely dark, and you need to just experience this game. Live in the world. I cannot express it enough. You need to live in the world. Like, I love the absolute little stuff of every game that I play. I think that it's really weird, though. Like, another thing about the first Animal Crossing, you can't change, you know, your hat, your stupid little hat that you have on. And, like, it's a part of the charm, but it's like, I would love to change hats. I think it looks a little dumb, in my opinion. I don't like it. The gyroids are kind of interesting because that's obviously a Japanese thing, and it's like, they're cute, you know, it's a part of the charm, it's a part of probably what that guy liked, who originally made, you know, the idea for this game and everything. The only thing that I think that you can change is your shirt, if I remember correctly. I do like the fact that you can't see the sky. I do think that is a part of the charm. I think that, the acres system is obviously... It was obviously all made because of the game. The GameCube could only load so much at a time. Like, Animal Crossing couldn't be where it is today without the original. And so the original has my utmost respect. It has its flaws, but at the end of the day, I think it is a very beautiful, characteristic, heck of a game. It is blooming with personality. Like, the animals may not, like, move outside of their acres and whatever, but it's like, you gotta look past all this. You have to look at just what it is as an experience, and be thankful for such, like, all the little details. Like, the fact that you have the stretching in the morning, the animal stretching in the morning, the fact that you have, the lost and found. By the way, I love those guys. I forget their names, but I love the policemen. I love the landfill. Like, all of this stuff is so pretty. It's cute. And I love the letters. I love the letter system when you can, send stuff out and receive stuff. It's so awesome. It's so cute. It's so me. Like, I play it and I feel like I'm at home. I feel like this is the life I want to live. This is so cute. It's such a cute utopia. It's amazing. Oh, yeah, not to mention, the game has an amazing soundtrack, okay? Like, Animal Crossing, the original, has such an amazing soundtrack. Do not even get me started with the soundtrack. It is beautiful, man. Like, the soundtrack is a thing of itself, like, I don't know who made it, but when I listen to these old video game soundtracks, it transports me, it gets me in that game developing mindset of, like, oh my god, like, it's just, I can't even explain it. It's so beautiful, it's so calming, it's so the utopia that I want to live in, of just a perfect game, sitting down, playing this game for the first time, and being so amazed by how just beautiful everything feels, full of life these animals have, and all this other junk. It's like, it's awesome. Moving on to Wild World for DS. I think that everybody loves Wild World, obviously. Wild World is such a interesting game. I don't hate it. I don't hate Wild World. In fact, what's funny is, like, you would think I would like it more than the original Animal Crossing, because it's literally Animal Crossing 1, but with more features, and on a handheld device. And it is just, like, it has all these features. It still has, like, all of these amazing, creative things in it. But I have one major, ick with this game. There are zero holidays. There are no holidays in this game. None. I know, it's dumb. I know I shouldn't hold it against it, but it's like, the holidays are kind of like a big part of Animal Crossing, I feel like, because it's like, when you wake up and it's Christmas in Animal Crossing, or no, when you wake up in real life and it's Christmas in real life, you want to rush. I did, at least. I would want to rush and play Animal Crossing to be like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Because in Animal Crossing, it's like, it's Christmas, but in Animal Crossing too. You know? Like, it's raining outside. It's raining in Animal Crossing too. It's so cute, you know? It's like you have a whole other world to explore. All of this gets like thrown in the garbage, I kind of feel like, in Wild World because it's on the DS. And because it's on the DS, it's terribly bit crushed. It has like it feels so slow sometimes, in my opinion. It feels very like Wild Worldy, and I'll talk more about Wild World. I'll talk more about I will talk more about Wild World later. You know, when I talk about City Folk, but I think that Wild World, just as its own game, I think that, you know, it's a good entry point if you want someone to start playing Animal Crossing games now, I feel like, because it has the characters, the new ones, like the Shampoodle, the, you know, whatever, the 10 people I know for sure are in this game. I think. Maybe not. But I'm pretty sure that they are. The tent animals are pretty much, I think, maybe in the game, possibly. I don't know. But the reason why I don't know is because I haven't played it that much. I mean, I've played... and I'll reveal why I haven't played that much of it. You know, it's like, you know, it's a fun game. What can I say? It's Animal Crossing at the end of the day. I love all Animal Crossing games. At the end of the day, it's great. I don't necessarily hate it. I just think that it's, for the time, like, if you just came right out from the original Animal Crossing and now you have it on a handheld and it's like all this new content, you know, honestly, like, I think that's great. I think that, like, at the time, it was amazing, you know, and I guess I just have to, like, when I play it, I have to be in that mindset. But honestly, I don't play Wild World that much. I don't play it at all, almost. And the reason why is because City Folk, like, you'll know when I talk about City Folk. But anyways, Wild World, I think, I mean, it's a good game. It's got so many more features. One thing that is exclusive to Wild World that I love, and I think is like, that's a little charming. I do like how in the beginning of the game there is you're thrown in a taxi instead of a train. And I think it's a little cool gimmick to kind of like think, hey, you know, we've already seen the train, you know, and, you know, getting thrown in a taxi, that's kind of cute, you know, like, and you're talking to this new character called Tortimer at the time, which is a turtle, and I love him. I think he's funny. I think it's great. But, like, you know, you go through the whole train process, but just with Tortimer now, and you're in the taxi, and it's like, it's fun. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just like, it's a fun little gimmick that I like, for a side game, like what it is in my eyes. But, like, you know, I kind of miss Rover a lot more. I feel like Rover is such a cute animal, such a cute character. I feel like, you know, Rover is missed. # bring back Rover. And as they do. So, yeah, I forgot to talk about this, but, there was also that really weird, like, I think Tortimer Island, uh, Game Boy Advance game. Like, you can connect your Game Boy Advance to your GameCube, and I know you could, like, do the, do the cards on the game, on the, yeah. You'd get your Game Boy Advance, and you can put, like, there was cards, and you could put your cards in that were like animals, and then, like, you can go to, like, an island, and you can go and whatever, play around on there. I think that, but it was on the Game Boy Advance, and so everything looked, extremely 8-bit on there, and it's a little weird. I thought it was worth mentioning. I love it. I love it for being weird, though. Like, I'm a sucker for these, like, just random gimmicks. I think it's cute. I think it's amazing. I think that it's awesome that they were trying something new. And, unfortunately, it didn't really work, but it's like, it's cute. And I like that little mini game that you play on the island when you do connect it to your, I, I guess it was a whole new game. So, yeah, it's good. I find it as, like, an add-on more to the original. Anyways, alright, this is the main part that I'm going to love to yap about. We are talking about city folk. Everybody and their mother hates city folk, and understandably why. I can understand why one doesn't like city folk. I can understand why, but in my eyes, city folk is literally just a Wild World, but better. I feel like Wild World is literally just like a downgraded version of city folk. And at the time when it came out, I can understand that, like, Wild World had just come out, and then they were like, huh? Nintendo was like, hey guys, we're going to make, like, and then, like, Wild World just came out, and then, like, Nintendo literally just said, hey guys, we're gonna make, a new Animal Crossing game, but it's for the Wii, not on the DS. And in Nintendo's eyes, the DS and the Wii kind of, like, mirrored, and I think that was a gimmicky thing. I love that about them, by the way. And so they naturally made it a little bit different, but not too different. The main thing that I love about City Folk is the fact that it's literally just Wild World, but you have a little bit more than Wild World. It is extremely high definition compared to Wild World. It is extremely clean, and it is like, it's just like better vibe looking. Like, it's still choppy, but it's like, it's that charm choppy because it's a Wii game, and like, it has that weird Wii Sports glare to it that I think is cute. I think that it has that little bit of charm. They still have animals being mean to you. They still have the talking aspect to this game. They have animals actually, like, run up to you and, like, start talking to you in this game. They have, like, they'll see something in your inventory and they'll be like, hey, I want that thing. Give it to me or I'm gonna start a fight. And I think that's so cool. I like the little, present thing. I love the otter guy, by the way. I love the otter guy in the game. But, yeah, I mean, you have it's Wild World but better. It is literally Wild World but better. And everybody doesn't like it because it's on the Wii and therefore you can't like take it around with you wherever the heck you are. So like you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory and play frickin' Animal Crossing in the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, I'm so sad. But like, honestly, it's like I think, you know, if you're playing a game, you're playing a game. I want to play it on my television, so that's why I play, City Folk on the television, on the Wii. I actually play it on my Wii U. I don't play it on my Wii because the original Wii hardware makes it look a little fuzzy, and I get it. That fuzziness, like it's cool. I'm fine with it, but I think that the Wii U making it kind of like upscale just a tiny bit so that you can see that kind of like the limitations of the Wii a little bit more and how like everything's a little bit more choppier. I kind of find that to be like a cute little gimmick that I really like. I really like looking at that. But yeah, I think that City Folk is great. I think City Folk was actually the first time you could get like golden whatever, like you can plant money trees, that's a whole other topic of itself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about it and there's like so much that I could talk about. But I won't for the sake of your ears. I won't. Like, yeah, I think that it's beautiful. I think that when they make, obviously what they just did was they literally, yeah, like I said, they made Wild World but better. They had a literal city that you could go to via bus now. There was no taxi anymore. And Tortimer the turtle was he was like driving a bus, and you go into the bus, and the bus is actually how you start the game. And I think it's beautiful because they actually bring back, what's his name? They bring back Rover. I think that's amazing. I'm so happy that they brought back Rover. My boy Rover is back, and I think, he's better than ever. He's just talking to you, and, all is awesome. I think that, I think it's also really cute, the fact that how every time you load up the game, Rover is actually there. So, like, Rover kind of has, like, a bigger presence in this game, and I think that's really cute. I think he deserves the love of, the fact that he's in the bigger picture of the game. Yeah, I think that the soundtrack in this game is absolutely phenomenal. Like, if you put me gunpoint to my head and you told me name like 5 games that have the best soundtrack of all time, Animal Crossing City Folk will definitely be one of them. I know that for sure, because I find myself like going to bed and turning on Animal Crossing City Folk music. And I understand that Animal Crossing City Folk hourly music is literally just Wild World's music. But here's the catch, guys. Here's the catch. Animal Crossing City Folk, because it's on the Wii, it is not bit crushed. It's not bit crushed like how the DS is. And yeah, sure, the DS might have that charm of it being bit crushed, but when I'm listening to music, I feel like I kind of want to listen to it, And since it's not bit crushed, you actually hear the ones and zeros, if that makes sense. Like, when I listen to it, I hear do like, I don't know. I'll play something right here for you to listen to, but like, and you're probably listening to it in the background, but like, listen to it. It's very it's very like, it's beautiful, whoever made it. You know, it transports me to a world, game development world, like I said about the first game. It's amazing. All these games have amazing soundtracks. Don't even get me started with them. Except for one, and I'll get there when I get there. Except for one. I'll get there when I get there. I do think that the grass deterioration, like, everybody hates on the grass deterioration. That's like one big thing about this game that, like, everybody says it's the stupidest thing of all time. Like, if you run or anything like that, the game will literally, over time, if you run over long periods of time on the same area, the game will get rid of the grass. Like, the grass over time will deteriorate. And I think, this is just me, I don't really have a problem with it. Because it can grow back. And you can just wait it out. You know, I think it's easier just to, like, wait it out, because it's like, you know, like, well, what am I gonna do, you know? Like, I don't know. I think it's really dumb, the fact that people get mad over it, because it's like, you can grow it back, guys, you know? Like, it's not that big of a deal. You just gotta, you know, you just have to not really think about it, you know? So, yeah, I mean, you gotta stop running and live in the moment, I kind of feel like. Tom Nook, it's also pretty cool. Like, Tom Nook, yeah, sure, the tutorial part of this game is a little, like, you know, every time I start a new town, I get a little bit like, you know, I gotta do the tutorial now, you know, and it's like, it's a little dumb. But after I get past the tutorial with Tom Nook hiring me, and, you know, I get through all that, I end up enjoying the game as it is. That's the only, like, tedious part, by the way, that was also in Wild World. Yeah, it's literally just Wild World, but, like, better looking, in my opinion. And it has other features that Wild World didn't have, like the city, and, like, now you just have all of these tent people in the city, but you still have, like, tent people. And the way the tent people work is, like, sometimes, like, on days, right, on days that, like, weekdays, or maybe even a weekend, they'll have a specific day, there will be a tent in your town, and sometimes it'll be the fortune teller cat looking lady who gives you your fortune. There'll be, you know, the con artist looking wolf guy. I love all these characters. It's cute. You know, what can I say? It's really cute. But yeah, it's just a cozy game. It's just a cozy game, and it makes me feel so squishy when I play it, and it's so nice. But yeah, when you just have to play it, and you have to be in my mindset to see that, you know, City Folk is great. I love it. I do wish that the Lost and Found was the Lost and Found in the first game, because I liked the cop idea a little bit better than, like, them guarding whatever the heck they're guarding, you know? But, I mean, like, whatever. I think it's cool. I do think it's also really cool the fact that you can take everything from Wild World and you can transport that into City Folk. I think that people tend to forget that, you know, like I said, Nintendo wanted the two consoles to kind of like mirror each other. So they had like, you're able to take stuff from the DS version and go and put it into the Wii version, if that makes sense. But they were advertising the Wii version to be like a completely different game, where in actuality it was kind of just like Wild World, but like better. And like, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. They have in City Folk, there are so many secrets that you could do. There like you could build a snowman, I'm pretty sure. You can, like, it rains. You have all these different like tiles to choose from in the beginning. Well, in the beginning you have like a random generating town. It's like it's and you had that before, but like in this game, I think it's perfected because you have like acres, and not like acres in the original, but like it was more like tiers. You had one tier, and then the second tier, and then the third tier, and it's like, you know, if you're really lucky, you'd get that third tier, but mainly it's mostly 2 tiers, where it's like, you know, one here and one here. I also really enjoy the fact that, you know, it's like they space out things nicely. You know, what else can I say about this game that I haven't already said? It's just a cute, cozy game that I really enjoy. And I enjoy better than Wild World, that's for sure. And I've already said my reasons why. If I had, you know, a tier list of video games, it'd be up there. City Folk would be the highest. Probably. I take it back. Probably the highest. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. What comes after City Folk? Yeah. So, obviously Nintendo, after they made City Folk, right? This is like, I think 2009, 2010, 2008, maybe? I don't know, if I'm lucky. So yeah, and they saw that the reception to it was obviously bad, and like, you know, they're like, oh, poop, we gotta make, you know, something good, you know, and obviously they went and they went in the dark with Animal Crossing, and they came out with something. They were trying to make something different for the series, and I respect that. I love the fact that they try to go out and do other different cute things. You know, I love it when game developers experiment with things and do things that they wouldn't normally do. So yeah, they sat down and they like redesigned everything from the ground up. And what they did was, you know, they came back out and they came out with New Leaf on the 3DS, which is like an evolution of the DS, but it is like, you know, if you don't know what a 3DS, look it up. If you don't know what a 3DS is, just look it up. A 3DS is literally the DS, but better, and they had the gimmick of it being 3D, but like obviously that gimmick got, you know, thrown away towards the end of its life. I did like the gimmick of like the idea of like glassesless 3D. I love all types of gimmicks pretty much, so I mean, but I wouldn't use it. If I'll be honest, I wouldn't use the 3D. So anyways, they came out with New Leaf, and this is interesting because I never played really when I was a kid. Like, we're going into territory of when I was little. Okay? Like, New Leaf was probably, I think, the first Animal Crossing game that I ever touched. It came out in 2013, I remember, and I remember that when it came out, it was a big deal. Like it was everywhere, and I thought that the cover art looked really nice and cute and whatever, and it was just like, oh my god, look at all of these animals. I want to talk to them. It's Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, you know? Like, it's, yeah. And I remember when I got it, the biggest thing to me was like, oh my god, it knows my time. That's insane that it knows the time and the date. You know, like, this is like real life, but it's the game. And yeah. So, it's a good game. It's literally City Folk, but better, if I'll be honest. But I mean, it was on a handheld, the 3DS, and I think that takes away from the experience a little bit from me. I mean, it doesn't at the same time, because I feel like, you know, there still is that magic of, you know, I'm playing it on original hardware. You know, like, I'm playing it on a original 3DS. I'm taking it around like Wild World. I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory, and I am in fact playing New Leaf on my DS. I'm not going to be talking to any one of you guys while we're at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm sorry. But yeah, and it's cool. They yeah, I forgot to mention this about City Folk. They got rid of the hat, the stupid hat, so you can have like hairstyles, you know, and you could go to the Shampoodle. Amazing, by the way. Amazing. Another reason why City Folk is so cool. It was also in Wild World, but I don't care about Wild World that much, so I'm sorry. But, you know, so they brought that back in the game. They brought the, you know, obviously the shirts. But what also really interests me, you know, in retrospective, they had pants. That's the whole reason why I brought this up. Because they had pants. Like, you can change your pants. You can change socks out of everything in this game, I'm pretty sure. And you can change shoes out of everything in this game. And you can put on, like, little glasses and stuff. And what's kind of interesting to me is because what's really interesting to me about this game is I didn't notice that, like, you weren't able to, like, change your, like, shoes in the original. I didn't notice all of this stuff in the original until I had the ability in these later games to change them, you know? Like, it just didn't come to my brain, honestly. And I think that was just like another little gimmick of it. And it's like, that's cute. Now we can do this, you know? But again, it kind of ruined, like, the limitality, I kind of think, of the whole thing. You know? Like, I don't know. It's a good game, though. It's a good game. I won't lie. It's a good game. It has everything that City Folk has, minus the city. The city is now turned into kind of like a plaza thing. And they don't have a bus. Now they go back to the train thing. They have Rover at the beginning of the game. And that's beautiful, but you don't see Rover again, ever. Which is, like, where's my man Rover? Anyways, and yeah, and then there's the debut of Isabel. And the whole gimmick in this game is you're the mayor, and you're, like, able to actually, like, change things in this town, but the gimmick is, like, it costs a lot of money to put stuff down in this town, and, like, that's fine. I guess that's fine if you really want to go that far, like, and, you know, do what you're doing, you know, it's like, that's fine. I can pay whatever amount of money to do this. In fact, I think it's good. I think it's healthy, because then you sit down and you see the fact that, like, there's construction there. You know, you're building a lamppost. Obviously, they put the construction site thing there, and it asks to donate. They have a little gyroid there, or whatever it's called, and it asks you to donate, and I think that's so cute. You know, like, I love little stuff like this in games. Yeah, and my thoughts on Isabel. I think she's too nice. I don't know why the fandom loves her. She's so, yeah, she's cute, but like, what does she do? You know? She doesn't really do anything other than is like a gateway to whatever you're doing. She's kind of like a wall that you have to hit to go to somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, but I do like the gimmick that you have to talk to someone to do your mayor activities, if that makes sense. So, anyways, yeah. Anyways, like I think that the mayor activities are good, but when I play it, I really just go into the mindset like city folk and just say I'm living here. But I think this is where the game series started to get off track a little bit and started to get that little niceness syndrome where all the animals in Animal Crossing kind of started to feel stale and say the most, like, honestly palest things imaginable, like, oh, it's such a nice day today. Like, come on now, you know, like, I want to see that silliness that was in the original, like I'm gonna beat you up if you don't give so and so my present, you know, like I think that I thought that was so cute in the originals. Like, it's, yeah, and this is really the first game where it like strives back from that. I kind of feel like one little thing that I will say that I like a little bit more than Wild World, because in Wild World they had for some reason the whole game on the bottom of the bottom screen, because the DS has two screens. They had it on the bottom screen and they had like the sky on the top screen, and I think that was really nice, and I think that was a cute gimmick, right? But I had an issue with that, because when I'd look at the top screen, I personally view the top screen as like the main screen. Like, if a touch screen is like my main screen, I'd only want it to kind of like, I don't know, like, if it's the only thing there, like, yeah, I'll use it, but like, I don't know. I think that the top screen was like the main screen whenever I played a DS game or anything else, but yeah. Whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I think that the new Leaf definitely makes it a little bit better, because it puts everything that was on the bottom and it puts it on the top, and it's like, it's literally like City Folk. It doesn't mess around with its presentation. It feels like City Folk, but a little bit more higher resolution and textures or whatever, I guess, because they, for some reason, tried to make the art style a tiny bit different. I prefer, honestly, the City Folk art style a little bit more, but like, I appreciate the effort of trying to change it. You know, I appreciate the effort of trying to try something new, and I think, you know, it's another part of the reason why it's, you know, a cute game, and I love it, you know, for that. I love the fact that no matter what character you're thinking about that has been in the Animal Crossing series at one point or another, they return. in New Leaf, and it really kind of feels like, you know, the ultimate, kind of like the ultimate Animal Crossing in a way, if you think about it, because it meshes all of these game mechanics in a way, but at the same time it kind of loses it, because it's like, in my opinion, it loses the charm with all the villagers kind of being stale and not talking to you that much. Like, they'll still do the things that they do in the older games, but just like with such bland, you know, ways of doing it. So I don't know. Yeah, there is a new place called Retail, I'm pretty sure, and they're like, I think they're two sheep that run it. I could be wrong, but like I find them cool. I like the gimmick of what they do. I think they're cute. They give you more money if you're trying to sell something, because obviously, you know, it's like retail. It's a little confusing if I explain it here, but it's kind of like, you know, like you put, it's like a Savers almost, or like a, yeah, Goodwill. I don't know. It's like a Goodwill. You know, you put something there and someone else comes and gets it, and it's like, that's cute, but like, it would be cuter if, you know, the people actually have personality when you go in here. Yeah, Tom Nook now does house stuff. Like, before you couldn't change how your house looks like. Now you could change the way your house looks like. You can change a lot of things in this game that, like, you couldn't change before, and it's like, I didn't notice until this game. That's amazing, but, yeah, and it's like, it still has that gimmick of like, it takes a while if you try to do it, because it's like, you know, it takes a while. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Well, it's not weird. What am I talking about? So yeah, because of that, like, Tom Nook's like actual store now, it's run by his nephews, which is also kind of cute, because I love these guys, Timmy and Tommy. I absolutely love them so much. I loved how they were in City Folk, though. I think the way they were presented in City Folk was perfect, because you had tiers of Tom Nook's like place. If you spent so much money there, it would like become bigger and bigger and bigger. And actually, what's so funny about this is, I love this game mechanic so much. I put it in one of my own games, where you spend so much money somewhere, you know, obviously they're gonna get bigger and badder, you know, like, and so Tom Nook, naturally, his little tiny shack, as the like days become years in real life, or months, I should say, or days, or whatever, like however fast you're trying to do it, it will turn into, like, you know, a Walmart, and then it'll turn into some huge overpriced place with 2 stories. And the first story, they have, you know, Tom Nook running it, and in the second story they have Timmy and Tommy, his cousins, running it, that second floor. And that second floor is all about, you know, decor and inside of your house and stuff. And it's like, it's beautiful. It's so cute. It's so full of color. It's so full of light. I'll show it, you know, you'll see gameplay of it. But yeah, so like, Timmy and Tommy is now running like the actual store in New Leaf, and it's cute, you know, like, I think it's cool. They sacrificed the name of Nook's Cranny, and they call the shop now Nookling Junction or something like that. I don't know. it's whatever. I think I like Nook's Cranny better because like it sounds sillier to me. I love that silly little charm, you know. I hope you're picking up a theme now. Um, so yeah, yeah, the New Leaf is an interesting bag of chips. I'll give it that. Uh, yeah, you have like an ID, like really, really small. Here's a really small detail. You have an ID in this game, and you can like take a picture for 500 bells, and I like that. I wish that was in City Folk. Like the fact that your little character gets to like take a little picture and you get to, you know, update it if you get like 500 bells, and you know your little cute little guy would show up with like date of birth and all this stuff if you like pull it out or something on the bottom screen. It's like, you know, it's gimmicky, it's cute, you know. Like I love all of these tiny things in a video game. Like the fact that in all these games, if you go idle for so long, like the time will show up and then the music will like die down and it'll show the sky, you know? Like that's another, oh my gosh, I'm remembering so much. Like in City Folk, you could make constellations and they would show up at night, you know, with the stars and everything. If you were playing at night, you know, there was like in City Folk, you had all these little things. You had there's a guy called Rossetti in the game, and he's a mole. And if you exit the game without saving, this mole, the next time you load up your game, the mole will yell at you to basically save your game. And the more you don't save the game, this mole, Mr. Rossetti, will like get progressively more mad at you. And I love this. I think it's so cute. It's been in all of these Animal Crossing games. It was perfected in City Folk. Like everything in City Folk is perfected in my opinion. And like at one point in City Folk, he actually like pretends to shut off your game. I think that's awesome. You know, like that's really awesome. But and then they even make you say like, I am stupid or something for shutting off my game when he gets like really mad. And I like, oh my god, please, more of that, people. Like more of that stupid silliness, you know? Yeah, anyways, back on to New Leaf. What can I say about New Leaf? It's like, New Leaf is New Leaf. It came out in 2013. It obviously took things from Wild World, quote unquote, and tried to build upon it, you know, because it wanted to stand alone. It didn't want to be just another Wild World clone that everybody obviously would not like. And in a way, I kind of feel like it took customization, and like if you really wanted customization in an Animal Crossing game, it did it well. I'm gonna be real. It did it well so that it wasn't like crazy customization, you know? Yes, this is a look into the future a little bit. Anyways, yeah. So the next game is obviously came out also on the 3DS alongside, like, I think it was like a year or two after New Leaf, and I had got it for 3DS. It is Happy Home Designer. It is basically where all these, like, you're working for Tom Nook, and I remember the game, and I love it because it's all gimmicky. It's literally one huge side mode that has nothing, it like throws away everything to do with the original Animal Crossing series, and it says, let's just be our own game. And I find that really cute because it understands that like it lost the gimmickiness of, animals, like actual like talking to the villagers. And it says, what if we took the building part of the game and just made it like you're designing? That's all you're doing. That's the whole game. You're just designing everything. You're just designing. So like, there's parts where they're like, build a club, and they'll give you all this stuff to choose from. There's no money. There's no currency. There's no nothing. It's just like, yeah, and it's pretty cool. They they have you make like a coffee shop. I remember that was really cool. But if I remember correctly, they give you things like to do. They give you like a to-do list. And within this to-do list, there's like, put 3 chairs, but it doesn't matter where they are. You just got to put 3 chairs. So, yeah, it's cool. They also have like, that's like the main story, but then there's also like parts where you have these houses of all these animals, and I don't remember if you can actively like visit them, but what I do remember is you could like, they have like little themes, and like when you'd walk up to them, they'd have like little bubbles in their head, and they'd be like, hey, I want like, a pink looking area, or I want like a robot futuristic looking thing. And I thought that's so cute. It's like, it's so awesome, and it's like the way the bubbles come up, it looks so cool. I think it really does look so cool. It's like, the whole, it's a whole gimmick of a game, I don't remember if it like followed your time too in the real world, but what I do remember is when it was evening in the real world, it was evening in the game. And I thought, when I was little, I thought that was amazing. I was still blown away by that. And I still thought, like, wow, it's evening in the game when it's evening outside. It is raining in the game when it's raining outside. I think that's really cool. But they never had holidays. They never had anything because, like I said, this it's one whole like gimmick, but just as a game, and it has like an Animal Crossing coat of paint on it. And I think, for what it is, it's on a handheld. It takes advantage of the handheld. You can put down amiibos and stuff. I think that's great. I think it's fine. Before we continue, I haven't really played that much of the Animal Crossing New Leaf like update thing that happened with New Leaf. I know that they added amiibo support, and that was literally like it for the game. By the way, if you don't know what an amiibo is, it's literally just like a little statue of like a character in the game, and when you put it on your 3DS or whatever, it like pops up in the game. And it is fine. I think the vanilla game is better without it. Like I don't think it's needed. All you do is you put it down, and then like the character comes up as a camper, and you check them out, and it's like, that's it. That's all the gimmick is. It's like, I love it for being there, but it's like, why are you here other than for me to say, hey, look, I have an amiibo, I'm gonna put it on my system, now it's in the game, like, Other than that, and other than, it has a cool box art, I like the original vanilla game better. But yeah, those two kind of came out at the same time. The update for New Leaf and the Happy Home Designer, I remember. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah. Moving on, I guess. Now we got to talk about a very interesting one, I think. The reason, before I continue, the reason why, like, so that you understand where I'm coming from, the reason why I was fine with Happy Home Designer is because we had, like, a mainline Animal Crossing already on the 3DS, which was New Leaf, And so, therefore, I feel like that grants the okay to make this side game, which is Happy Home Designer, and it did it amazing. Happy Home Designer is amazing, it's great. So when I look at the Wii U, yeah, it's going there. When I look at the Wii U, and like, by the way, the Wii U is my favorite console of all time, I was always thinking, man, how would an Animal Crossing look on this console? Like, is it gonna be like New Leaf, but just like better? Because that's how the games have been so far. That's how the main lines have been so far, right? And out comes in 2016 a very weird looking Animal Crossing game that is called Amiibo Festival. Now, this game, I don't hate it. I think it's great for what it is. It's a big gimmick of a game, and that's what it is. A gimmick as a game. But it's on the Wii U for some reason, and so it's a little bit more high definition, and it's like, it looks like a Wii U game, but does it play like one? Not really. It's interesting because you have an amazing console, in my opinion, and then, like, when they made this game, they had I remember when I got it new, and it came with 2 amiibos, and the whole thing of this game was Amiibo Festival, right? And so you'd have to buy these stupid little statues, right? Kind of like Lego Dimensions or something. And you'd have to put it on, the Wii U gamepad so that you could play a Mario Party Monopoly game on your TV. And the way it did it wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad at all. I think it was like, it was good, but I mean, it was good. That's all I'm gonna say, because I love, like, the more I think about it, I love how they gave you, like, a little explanation as to why something happened, because they would give you happiness points if you did something in the game, and that was, like, the game's Monopoly currency. It was, like, happy points, and when you'd gain happy points is when you landed on a happy space, and you'd roll the dice with your amiibo, by the way. You'd hold it on the gamepad to roll the dice. Like, what kind of gimmick is this? I kind of feel like it was kind of, it's cute, but it's like, it feels weird, in my opinion. It feels like just a tiny bit weird. So yeah, you'd roll it, and then you'd roll on, like, a happy space, and they'd give you, like, an explanation why it was a happy space, or, like, it was a sad face. So, like, it'll be like, oh, today you went to the grocery store, and you got some food. You ate the food. That made you happy. Plus 10 happy points, or vice versa, So, yeah, it's it was it was fun. Something I really did like about it though was, they had like the whole game was about, like, since it was a party game, every time you'd make a move, it would, like, one move per day. That's how it would be. And you get to choose, like, a month to be in, So, like, I would play the month of November, and then, obviously on, Thanksgiving, it would be Thanksgiving, and then they'd have some special event for that specific month of that board, but it was all the same board, and so, like, but it wasn't real time, it was just, like, in, I don't know. It was cool. I thought it was cool. Everybody, I think, overhates it, but, yeah, and then they had, like, little mini games. They brought back the, I don't know if you remember, but I was talking about the cards of, like, these little amiibo cards, and all the way back in the GameCube day, when you put it into the, what's it called? The Game Boy Advance. But they took those cards and they reused them for this game, the Wii U game, Amiibo Festival, and they said, hey, if you have so many of these cards, you could play mini games with them. And so there were actually some really cool mini games. I remember really liking that survival one where they were all stranded on an island. I used the same freaking 3 amiibo cards, Stitches and the dog, Goldie, whatever her name was, and there was one more. I forget what the other one was, but, like, I liked it. I thought it was cool because it was like a same day system. It was kind of like, a board game too, but it was like it did a little better. I liked it. So anyways, it was a good game. I liked it. My only issue with it is just the fact that it was a little tiny bit like, what are we doing, Nintendo? Because we have a brand new console. It's been so many years since 2013. Why didn't you just make a brand new series game? Why didn't they make a brand new series game into Animal Crossing? Like a traditional Animal Crossing game, and go back to that original formula of, this is a game about communications. This is a game, because I feel like at the time we were straying way too far from remembering, like, this game originated from, like, communications and, like, talking to people and, like, living a life, and it's like, it's so cute, but it's like, Nintendo, what are we doing? Because we are at a point where it's like, we made a board game. This is a series at this point, So, yeah. Also, before that, it's worth mentioning, there was a thing called Animal Crossing Plaza on the Wii U, and yeah, I'm not gonna talk all about Miiverse, but I gotta mention it because it was literally just a homepage for Miiverse, but it had Animal Crossing characters walking around, and it was kind of just like, I feel like a test demo of, like, hey, this is how Animal Crossing would kind of look like if it's on the Wii U, and that was, like, the closest thing we got at the time, and I think that was, like, 2013, 2012, around the time that New Leaf came out, but all it was basically, like, people and their posts, but on Animal Crossing characters or something, I don't know. I thought it was a cool gimmick, but, it's not worth whatever the heck it was worth, But yeah, anyways, yeah, it was just such a shame, the fact that we have never gotten a mainstream Animal Crossing game on the Wii U. Like, the Wii U, all it got was Amiibo Festival, that weird Mario Party game. Well, not weird, it was gimmicky. That gimmicky Mario Party game that, I love. I love it, but I really wish we could have gotten a normal Animal Crossing game. Or an Animal Crossing game that went back to its roots on the Wii U. Or even a port of New Leaf. And I know the reason why they didn't do the New Leaf thing is because when they did the, Wild World thing with City Folk, everybody hated it. Everybody except for me. So, I mean, of course they're never going to touch New Leaf again. But honestly, I would love it if they made New Leaf, tweaked some stuff, made it have more spirit in it. Like, it has spirit, and I love the soundtrack in all these games, by the way. I cannot express how many times I have to say it. I love the soundtrack in all these games, except for one, and it's coming up. It's coming up. I'm pretty sure you can guess which one it is now, because I only have, one more game to talk about. But, yeah. 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 So this game is interesting. It's weird. It's gimmicky. Moving on, I guess, finally to New Horizons. Oh my gosh, we were starved so bad for Animal Crossing content all the way until New Horizons came out on the Nintendo Switch. That's how bad that I think Amiibo Festival did on the Wii U. People really didn't like it so much, and I think Nintendo just saw it as not a money-making phenomenon as it once was, And so we, sat and waited forever, and, no new game came out. No new game until the terrible year of 2020, and, New Horizons was on your horizon to come out. And this is the Animal Crossing game that everybody thinks about when you think about Animal Crossing. It is the game that everybody has probably played because it was huge with Among Us and whatever, because people were stuck inside. The game came out at a perfect time, and it was an event for people because everybody was stuck inside. Everybody wanted an escapism, and what do you know? An Animal Crossing game is the perfect game for that. It's a perfect game to live in a separate reality that from your own that's also real life, and yeah. So anyways, yeah. They changed the art style, I feel. And how did I feel about that? Not too happy. I mean, I think it looked good, but I don't know. The proportions strayed even further away from the original, and that even New Leaf was entering that strafing zone, and then like I said, and then now it just went full rocket towards the opposite direction, and it went hey, we're in high definition now, the game looks crazy good, and yeah, okay, looks good, that's good. Kudos to them, the game looks amazing. I love how the Able sisters look now. I love how when you walk in there, you can go into the fitting room and you can just find stuff in there. I think that I think that's great. I think it's amazing. I love that gimmick so much. Like, you can go into a fitting room in an Animal Crossing game, and I love the, cute little poses your little person makes. I do like the fact that you can, like, make your, like, villager now. I like that, but at the same time, do I like that? Because I miss Rover coming up to you. I miss those old times of going through this dialogue, Like, Animal Crossing was all about its dialogue, and I feel like in New Horizons, it has lost so much of that. It has lost so much of that old charm that started this game, that started this whole franchise of wanting to escape, wanting to be in some town. Now it's an island. I don't know where the heck they got that from, but now it's an island. Now it's like so tropical utopia, and you get plopped down, and I'm not hating on it. I like the game. I love every game. I love this game too. I just feel like when I played it, I had fun, but then, when I finished it, it was like, where do I go on from now? Because in every Animal Crossing game, it was like, it was never finished. You can always just do something, because it's a separate life. And in this Animal Crossing, it was more like, just like, hey, do this, and then do that, and then go here, break this tree, and then, like, you gotta make the, Nookling Junction now. And by the way, the Nookling Junction in this game is also still ran by Timmy and Tommy. I like that, but at the same time, it only has 2 transformations. It only has the original, and it only has one more, which I find really strange. I found that really strange when I played the game, because I was, like, feeding it so much money. And I was like, why isn't this game giving me another variation of Nookling's Junction? It is supposed to have, like, some crazy high tier level of where it's, like, absurdly overpriced and everything. And it's like, where is that? I looked it up. It was never in the game. I was just feeding money into nothingness. So, I mean, it's yeah, why why even have that as a gimmick anymore if, you're tearing away what it originally was? And, when the game came out, it was very bare bones. So, like, what's on that cartridge that you're putting on in the Switch is, like, honestly 50% of what the actual game is now. And I find that crazy, because they basically said, let's release this game now, and let's fix it later. Let's add the seasons as, like, updates. And that's what they did. As the seasons came, they updated the game with its corresponding season, but also, like, stuff that should have, in my opinion, already been in the game. And, like, I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about the whole, I can literally just tear a chunk of my island off if I want to. What? Where did the simplicity of the original games come from? I can move where the villagers live. That was never a thing in these original Animal Crossings. They chose where they wanted to live. So if you put, like, flowers in an area, they could just theoretically go on top of the flowers in the original games and just get rid of them all. And, like, it sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's like it was a part of the charm, in my opinion. Like, in New Horizons, it kind of feels like it took New Leaf and it tried to one-up New Leaf, but in such weird ways. Like it went too into the Minecrafty creativeness, where it's like, oh, build this, build that, do anything that your heart desires, you know? Like, because the whole world is overstimulated. The whole world wants that constant, like, a dopamine rush of like, oh, I can do this, oh, I can do that, oh, I really need to do this, oh, I really need to do... No. Like, live in this game, please. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I mean, and the fact that, you know, the villagers in this game, the animals in Animal Crossing, they talk, and when they talk, they are even more bland than they were in New Leaf. They don't say anything that you want to hear. They're just like, have a nice day, I'm feeling great. And it's like, what the heck happened? What happened to that original charm? What happened to this communication? I cannot talk to my villagers anymore. I just have to sit there and read dialogue and take it in, walk away, come back, and read the same dialogue if I interact with them again. And the only reason why they'd run up to you in this game is to tell you, hey, I'm thinking about leaving the island. Would you want me to leave the island? Say yes if you want me to leave. Say no if you don't want me to leave. And it's like, I've seen the community play this game of like, hey, I want to keep the villagers on my island that I think are cute, you know, and like, that I like. That's fine, but in my opinion, that kind of takes away the original fun. The original fun of the originals was kind of like, people came and went, like in real life. People come and go in your life, and you talk to them, you have these experiences. But in the originals, if you saw them somewhere else or they came back, they would remember you. They would send you letters if you sent them a letter. You know, like now in New Horizons, if you do that, they'll just be like, oh, I love your letter, you know, whatever. But in the originals, they will actually like say stuff that I have no idea how the game developers were able to do this, but they would say stuff like, I have no idea how you wrote this. Like, what were you trying to talk about? Or like, hey, I picked up on the phrase, I love you in this. You love me? I love you too. That's like, it's so cute. You know, those originals were nice. And it was perfect. The originals were perfect in that communications, in what it was. What Animal Crossing, to its core, really was an escapism and a new life, you know, a new, different life to go into. And New Horizons, honestly, I like it. I liked it for what it was. If you take away all these complaints that I said, if you look past them, I should say, if you look past all these complaints that I'm talking about in New Horizons, I think that it is a good game. It is a good game. Even with its complaints, even with all my complaints with the game, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's just, for me as an old-time fan, and to see it get modernized in a weird way, I think that it's fine. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. And like, for those of you, for people who enjoy it, that doesn't mean like I hate it, that, you know, you enjoy it. I will enjoy it with you for what it is. It's a video game. It's a piece of art, you know? But it's from a series that, like, I know its roots. And because I know its roots, I'd much rather play City Folk than I would New Horizons. Because New Horizons very much holds your hand when you're doing stuff. And a lot of modern games hold your hand when you're doing stuff. And it's like, I don't want you to do that, because in real life, or in these so-called, in these things, you know, in these worlds, there would not be hand-holding, you know? They got rid of Mr. Rossetti in New Horizons that would yell at you, you know? Like, they got rid of him. Well, they didn't really completely get rid of him, but they got rid of what he did, what he was there for. And I'm really against that. I think, you know, I miss him. I miss all of these old things that used to be there that felt like it was just like you needed to be there, and it's just not there. And eventually, throughout all the updates, I just stopped, honestly, I stopped looking at the updates. I stopped caring, really. But, like, I still do care, but it's like, you know, I'm in this weird ball of confusion with New Horizons. I think it's a good game. I think it's a good game, but, like, what I have, like I said, you know, exactly what I have said already. I think it's silly. New Horizons is just a bag of chips to go into that I could yap on and on and on, but I think it's for its lovers, it's good. It's good for its lovers, you know. As a whole, this whole series, I love it so dearly with all my heart. Apparently, after New Horizons, there came out like a Happy Home Designer for New Horizons as like DLC. And I thought, like, I haven't played it yet, but I've seen a little bit of it, and it looks good. It looks like Happy Home Designer, but just with New Horizons coat of paint on it, and, like, you know, that tropical feel. And that's fine and all, but, like, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna play it. I don't think, like, if they make another Animal Crossing for Switch 2, I think, in all honesty, I think they're gonna go into the New Horizons mindset and literally just make a New Horizons, like a New Horizons sequel. And I know that sounds dumb, but it's like, that's literally all they're gonna do. They're gonna go even further into the building part of this whole game, because the game did so good. Remember that. This game made people who never played Animal Crossing get into Animal Crossing. A lot of people who haven't played Animal Crossing got into Animal Crossing because of New Horizons. So, you know, just, you know, yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, that's all the Animal Crossing games. My favorite, honestly, has to be City Folk. Throughout everything, if I had to rank them in, like, order, I would say this is how I would put it. This is how I would put it. If I had to rank them all in order, I would have to say at the top, it would be, number 1 would be City Folk, and then I think number 2 would be, shoot, what did I do? Number 2 would be probably New Leaf, I think. Yeah. Number 2 would be New Leaf. Number 3 would be... Number 3 would be the original. Number 4 would be Happy Home Designer, I think. Yeah. Number 5 after that would probably be I'd say number 5 is tied between Amiibo Festival and I think it's tied between Amiibo Festival and Wild World on DS. And then probably, like, I hate to say it, but like last would probably be New Horizons. Like, and by the way, this is all like main game stuff that I see as like main game. Yeah, and like if I had to put the New Horizons Happy Home Designer, I'd probably put it right next to New Horizons, honestly. Yeah. So I mean, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I mean, it's not... My opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, and I'm just... Yeah. I don't mean it in any particular way when I say, like, you know, one game is better than another game, because honestly, games are all games, and I love them regardless. I can talk forever. I could talk forever about this stuff. I have sat here and I've talked for 2 hours. No joke. I have been talking for 2 hours, apparently. And I'm gonna cut this up, but I've been talking for 2 hours about all this, and you know, there you go. That's the entirety of the Animal Crossing series in a retrospective eye point of, you know, myself, what I think, why I love it so much. This is one of the many series that I love and I hold near and dear to my heart. Just because it's like, it's so cute, it's so cozy, it's so... I get transported into a new world, and when I think about Animal Crossing, I either think about New Leaf, I think about City Folk, or I think about the original. Those are the 3 games that I think about. I do not think about any other game when I think about Animal Crossing. When someone says Animal Crossing to me, those are the games that I think about. And I know I tiered them and everything, but like, I love them all in their own way. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what can I say? I'm just yeah. What can I say? I'm just a girl.